Welcome to Shani's Digest. The one that actually caught my attention, it's I think it happened in Ghana, where some youngsters, for the very first time, they have come to realize the power that they hold. Because whether you believe it or not, these politicians, they need us to get to those offices where they think they could just get there, and then when they get there they forget the electorate. And for once, instead of them selling ideology, selling manifestos, selling things that would engender more votes for them, they would rather want to buy the consciences of this of the so-called electorate, which they probably think these electorate are so stupid enough to buy into all their promises that they never ever keep. And you can imagine going to woo electorate with bags of rice. I mean, in this 25th, I understand sometimes you see these politicians, they deliberately want to put you down, ensure that they don't provide the basic things, so that you continually stay down, so that they continue to use you as a pawn to achieving their objective. And I mean, we're so glad that these guys are beginning to wise up. I mean, this electorate, they're beginning to know that it is no longer business as usual, because these politicians come today, they'll bribe you with bag of rice, they'll bribe you with a paltry sum of maybe 2,000, 3,000, and then they get there, loot all the money, and then they don't provide jobs, they don't do the roads, they don't provide the enabling environment for businesses to thrive for these youngsters. And now these guys are saying enough is enough. And then as they brought the bags of rice, I saw how they were, trained bags of rice, how these politicians. Just take a look at that. Watching this video, it shows that we have hope somewhere, and that Africans, Nigerians, Africans are beginning to understand that they have been so long a willing tool in the hands of these politicians. They're beginning to speak up. They're beginning to say enough is enough. Don't come here and then deceive us with the so-called palliatives. Don't come here and for us to mortgage our future. Don't come here and give us paltry sum of 5,000 and 2,000, and then when we vote for you, as soon as you get there, you forget us. So they are beginning to understand that they have been willing tools. They have been pawns in the hands of these politicians who would only need them as a ladder to get to where they want to get to. And then the moment they get there, they forget all the promises that they have made to the people. They forget that education is important. They forget that there's need to have good roads. They forget that businesses are supposed to thrive. They forget that electricity is supposed to run. They forget that they're supposed to be running water. They forget the basic social amenities that the people are actually supposed to enjoy. These are constitutional rights of these people. It is entrenched in the constitution that the people should be provided shelter, they should be given enough security, they should be given education. How come whenever elections time approach, these politicians come in? Sometimes I don't get it. I mean, it has become a recurrent phenomenon where they just keep coming in every year with deceptive utterances, deceptive promises, and we just keep falling for them. Things are not working. I mean, it has to stop. I think they have made a huge statement. They have made a huge statement that we do not need your so-called palliatives. Go home with your rice, take it back, give us jobs, give us light, give us good roads, give us all the basic things that make a decent society. That's the message these youths are telling these politicians. Yes, this can be happening in Ghana. It doesn't really mean that it will not trickle down to Nigeria. Nigerians are also watching. The world is a global village. The time for them to react is it could just be now. It's also coming. 2023 is around the corner. They're watching. These politicians are planning whatever they're planning, and we the youth, we the voices of, you know, the people, we are there to tell them that enough is enough. Go home with your so-called palliative. Go home with your bag of rice. Go home with your pack of indomie. I mean, it's insulting that you see a full-grown man and the best you can do for him is to come and give him a bag of rice. For crying out loud, what's that? So the time to stop is now, and I'm sure the message is loud and clear for these politicians. Now, the second story, it's actually about our president. He visited one of the northern states, and in appreciation for what he has done for this state, in a way of eulogizing what he has done for these northern states. Of course, the school, the principal of the school, brought together the pupils, in appreciation for what the president has done, and then they carry some placards to show their appreciation with some inscriptions on these placards. It was, for me, it was a very sad reality that the school system is actually for teaching, for bringing forth good students, and then I can bet that these peoples were not the one that inscribed those writings on that placard. But what I don't understand is why such a grammatical error couldn't have been identified and then corrected before sharing it to the public. I don't understand when they say thank you, Mr. President, you feed us, you feed our parents, and then they could still project that. For me, the teachers are actually to blame for that kind of blunder. You guys can watch the clips and then give your own analysis of what you think. You can see what's written on the placard. You feed us in school, and you feed our fathers too. I mean, obviously these kids didn't write this. The teachers could have probably written this for them. If you look at these kids, they're actually these are children, and then this is their formative age. This is the foundation, the first educational foundation, and for them not to start right, one begins to wonder what would become of them. How are they going to graduate from, I mean, a seeming faulty educational foundation? That's my worry. I know that the North have actually, there has been a spotlight on the North when it comes to education. I mean, the database says that over 13.2 million school children, and then it tells you, I mean, if those who are even in school are unable to learn the basic thing like spelling, begins to wonder when they say a huge number of these nothing children are out of school. The ones even in school, how well taught are they? That's the million naira question. How well taught are these ones that are in school? You feed us. It's really sad to see this. For me, it is really a pity. And then to even let's even go away from what we are seeing here. The senior special assistant to the president, in his bid to promote the fact that the president is well loved, even by children, he couldn't even take time to read what is written on that placard, on that cardboard. His was to project the image of the president, but in so doing, while he was actually trying to put the spotlight on the president, the grammatical blunders there took the shine, took away that shine. People were now more distracted with the grammatical error on the placard, right? Instead of actually focusing on what Mr. Adesina was trying to project the president as a man of the people, well law. But the distraction caused by this blunder is another story. It's a sad narrative to begin with. It's a sad narrative. So, what do you guys think? Additional actually shared this on one of the social media platforms, and I don't understand why someone like Additional would obviously be advertising a grammatical error as bold as that on social media. I mean, it goes to tell you that these people, they're just hell-bent in trying to sell the personality of the president. Feel that education is really not something one should invest his time and resources on. I don't know. What do you guys think? And then the final story is actually on the recent demise of one of the legendary musicians, Sound Sultan, that's his name, who recently passed. Sometime, I mean, I have seen the flurry of messages, celebration, people coming out to condole with the family and the music community. This was the same guy, not about a week before his demise. He had gone on social media to play a Patoranking song that said, "Celebrate me while I'm alive." I can imagine. I know why he probably that particular statement that he made meant that maybe what he was going through at that point, because he died of throat cancer. Maybe he didn't receive the needed support he was supposed to receive from his colleagues, and then that's why he went there to announce that, please celebrate me while I am alive, not when I am gone. You come with all your fake sympathy and condolences. Few days after he posted that, he passed. Let me shock you, that post that he made few days before his demise only garnered 41 likes. Just 41 likes. But the moment it was pronounced that he had passed, he had over 4,000 likes, 4,000 comments. Just coinciding with his earlier concern that we don't get celebrated when we are alive. It's only when someone is dead everybody comes to say how nice you were, how good you were, oh, you died when we needed you the most, and stuff like that. All the sanctimonious comments and fake likes and fake condolences. So why don't you celebrate the person, appreciate the person while the person is alive? That was what he was talking about before he died. And see the contrast. Even the Nigerian community, how they went all out to celebrate him. So let's try to celebrate our own. Let's appreciate our own while we are still alive. Because when someone is dead, the person is dead. The person is dead. While the person is alive and struggling with all kinds of challenges, all kinds of, having some harrowing experience in life, all kinds of pain, going through a whole lot, we should celebrate the person while alive. Not when the person passes on and then we come in with fake condolences. Or how we missed you, how you were the best, how this and how that. So what do you guys think? There is a time for everyone. So when God calls, you go read your call. The way they know me so, I just know heaven can angel. Now why I sing this song? Everybody will join down by dancing. So mathematics. I know there is a time for everyone. So when God calls, you go read your call.
when go call. You go ring your bell, we don't let the way they know me so. I just know heaven can nature. Now why I sing this song? Everybody, joy, Jabba, so mathematics.
So, like I have said, Sam Sultan died of lymphoma, what we call throat cancer. He actually, I wouldn't say he had premonition of his death, but prior to his demise, he went to social media and then he talked about how people should be celebrated while they are alive, how people should be applauded, should be praised while the ovation is high, how people should be recognized, and then uh, he played a song of Patoranki, like a metaphor for what he was talking about. Where the song says, "Be celebrate me now while I am here, not while I'm gone. You come up to come and say, oh, I was such a nice person. I was the best thing that happened to the industry. I was, and stuff like that." So, in general terms, we should appreciate people. We should look out for one another, not just when the person dies and a lot of people will just come up and start giving all these fake comments, fake condolences. So that's exactly what he was trying to say. So you've seen the video. His music community came all out to celebrate him, something he envisaged before he passed. So if you like the video, give your comments, hit the like buttons, and then subscribe to this channel so that I will continue to dish out some very good content for you to to enjoy yourself with. Take care and be blessed. Bye.